Welcome back to my channel. Today I entered my 60th year. I completed 59 years and entered the 60th year. So I wanted to make a video which will justify 59 years of experience. Right. So if you are a follower of my videos, then you would know that I often talk about the saga of I'M42, which in fact my very first video about the esoteric things. I'll show you that in a moment. I'll pull it for you. Basically, this is the one. So here the title says Cube to Sphere, Kingdom of God is within you. Gnostic take on life and evolution. I'M42 in an saga. So I call it the saga of 42, right? Why I call this M42? I am 42, I say. What do I mean by M42? Only those who are familiar with the astrology and the scientific names of the celestial objects know what I mean by M42. M42 is basically the name of Orion Nebula. What people may ask, what is nebula? Nebula is the raw material from which the stars form. So we have the Orion galaxy as well as the Orion, not galaxy, Orion constellation and Orion Nebula. So this Orion Nebula is around the three stars that you can find in the middle of the Orion constellation. There, just below that belt, where the sword, basically what we call the sword of Orion, that at the tip of the sword of Orion, you will find the M42 nebula. That is Orion Nebula. So what has this got to do with me or my theory? Let us see. This part is called the Pascal's triangle, as all of my followers know. The third row from either left or right edge, 1, 2, 3. So this 120, 105, 91, 78, 66, 55, 45, 36, 28, 21, 15, 10, 6, 3, 1. Or you can, the same will be found in the third row from left also, 120, 105, etc. So those are nothing but these numbers. See here, have 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28, 36, 45, 55, 66, 78, 91, 105, 120, 136. Up to, I am taking 16 levels. So the first 16 levels of this Pascal triangle, the third row of the Pascal's triangle, are we have taken, and I have shown them here. So what are these? These are nothing but there is an axiom in maths which says square of sum of n natural numbers is equal to sum of n natural cubes, right? So let us say we take one number, 1 square is equal to 1 cube. Let us say we take 3 square, that is 1 and 2. The 3 is nothing but a sum of first two numbers. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 square is equal to 1 cube plus 2 cube. 3 square is 9. 1 cube is 1. 2 cube is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. So on and so forth. For example, let us take 136. That is, if you add up 1 to 16, you will get the number 136. Let's see. See, if you add up 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16, 136 you got, right? So if you add up 1 to 16, here 1 to 16, if you add first 16 natural numbers, you will get 136. That 136 squared is equal to, of course, sum of the cubes, 1 cube to 16 cube. If you sum up the first 16 cubes, that will be equivalent to 136 square, which can be expressed as 16 cube, that is the highest cube among these, 16 cube plus 120 square. In the sense, this whole thing up to here, 120 square, this whole thing from here to here, this whole thing is equal to 120 squared, and 16 cube is the highest one. So we are expressing it as a combination of cube and a square. Now let us see what a cube is and what a square is. I always tell you about here. While explaining the Sankhya Darshana, I told you that there is a male aspect, Purusha, and there is a female aspect, Prakriti. So male aspect is fire here, at the very first level. Its female counterpart is planet Mercury. The male aspect, that is, the fire is 1 cube. 1 cube is fire. Male part is fire. Female part is Mercury. The second thing is second 2 cube. 2 cube, the male part is air and the female part is the planet Venus. Third level, 3 cube, moon is the male part, earth 3 square, 3 cube is moon, 3 square is earth. So moon is the male part, earth is the female part. Here, at the fourth level, 4 cube, sun is 4 cube, the male aspect. Mars is the female aspect, planet. 4 square. Here, at the fifth level, 5 cube, that is Betelgeuse, is the male aspect, or Arudra in Indian mythology. The female aspect is Jupiter, that is 5 square is Jupiter. These planets, though this is 5 square, it will not exactly be 5 square, because 5 square is basically 25, which is not stable. If it remains in the form of a 5 square 25, it will divide into fives, right? Following E equal to mc squared, this will become parts of 5 into 5, 2 parts. But so what it does is it becomes 26. 26 is a solid uh, element in the periodic table, so it tries to occupy the position of 26. So Jupiter is 26, though I say it is 5 squared. Similarly, my Mercury is not 1, 1 plus 1, 2, stable configuration. Here Venus is 2 square 4, 4 is not stable, so next stable is 6, so 4 plus 2 6. Here 9, 3 square is not stable, so it becomes 3 square plus 1 10. Mars is 16 is not stable, so it becomes 16 plus 2 18. Here it is 25, as I explained already. 5 square plus 1 26. Saturn will be 6 squared plus 2, that is 38. Uranus will be 7 squared 49 plus 1 50. Neptune will be 8 squared 64 plus 2 66, and so on. So basically males are the cubes. Cube part is male, Purusha, and the square part, though it rounds up to the next, it crawls up to the next stable configuration, it is a square. So now, now coming back to our subject for today. Here, the 16 cube, or for that matter, any cube, one cube onwards, to any cube is the male aspect. The square part, 120 square, so you can observe that till here it is 120 squared. If you take sum of all these cubes till here, it will make 120 squared, right? So this whole thing, except for 16, this whole thing became what you call the matter. Matter in the sense that this is in material form. From here to here, it is in material form. In the sense, it becomes 120 squared. 120 square represents the material from here to here. And who is providing the energy? This guy, 16 cube, is the provider for 120 square. So 16 cube is the male aspect, 120 square so far this is the female aspect. So I hope you're clear about this. And now let us go back to the original subject. Why I call it M42? As I told you, nebula, when you say nebulous atmosphere, that means cloudy atmosphere. So that, what does that cloud got to do with my theory and in fact 42, M42? M42 is also a cloud. All the while I have been explaining things about, here I compared, always compared these third row with the combination of cube and square, but and I have even represented them as different levels. Many a time I explained that. So let me show you again here. Let us see. This is the Pascal's triangle, and these are the energy levels. And I always associated these the third row of the Pascal's triangle with this combination, right? But I never explained what individually these cubes are. What they are equal to. These cubes, if you take, here we have so far, I have explained what this combination is: pure energy part and pure material part. These are. But what we did not research so far is that what does this cube represent as a square? Let us say if you convert this cube into a square, what it is equal to, which square it is equal to, and is it equal to a square or less than a square? And here I think I have to explain one more thing. Probably I will explain this theory. Some time back I explained you about the planets, the concept of pi. I explained. While explaining pi, I told you that this whole thing is like a trampoline. The 22 is like the trampoline, and there are 7 planets, objects, heavy objects were dropped onto this what do you call, the trampoline of 22, right? And if you go on increasing this trampoline, it can take more planets and so on. I explained that concept, right? So here let us see, if we take the trampoline of 1 square, it can accommodate 1 cube. It can include 1 cube. Let us say we need a trampoline which accommodates 2 cube, which includes 2 cube, right? Which should be just greater than 2 cube. Which square is just greater than 2 cube? 2 cube is 8. 3 square, which is 9, is greater than 8. So that it can include this sphere. So this is a male part. This female part basically encloses the male part. This is like a womb, and this is like the child. So next 3, which accommodates 3 cube? It is 3 cube is 27. So which square is above 3 cube? 4 square. And also some time back I explained that there are a few cubes which are also squares, and they are the suns. They qualify to be suns. There, if you take from 1 to 16 cubes here, there are 1 cube is 1 squared, 4 cube is 8 squared, 9 cube is 27 squared, and of course 16 cube is 64 squared, right? So there are 4 such natural cubes which are also squares, that is within 16 cube. If you take first 16 cubes, there are 4 cubes which are both cubes and cubes and squares. Now, so continuing the same way, why I said I was explaining about nebula. Nebula, when we say it is nebulous, the meaning it means it is cloudy atmosphere. Atmosphere is cloudy. So nebula is kind of a cloud which you can compare with this trampoline. It's like a trampoline which would enclose this star, which would completely cover the star. So we take 4 cube, 8 square will come 8 square is equal actually, not doesn't cover, enclose, it is equal. It's free to take either cubic shape or square shape. 5 cube is included in 12 square, 6 cube in 15 square. See here, 15 square, we always talk about 15 square, the letter O, right? O. Within O, 6 cube is included. 6 cube is nothing but the Saturn, Satan kind of guy, Satan, right? That Saturn guy is included in 15 square. If you take 19 square, 19 square is represented by letter S. Yes, this 19 square includes 7 cube. 7 cube is basically in Hindu avatars, the 7th avatar is Rama. That is why perhaps they say there is an Adisheshu, and under Adisheshu Vishnu sleeps. Under the hood of Adisheshu Vishnu sleeps, they say. So they could have meant this 19 square, which is a letter S. S in even snake starts with letter S in English. In Sanskrit, this sarpa, snake is called sarpa. So it starts with sa again. So this is the sarpa. 19 square is the snake which encoils the 7 cube. 7 cube is the Vishnu avatar, Rama avatar. And now this 8 cube, let us say 8 cube. 8 cube is Krishna avatar in Hindu mythology. It is enclosed by 23 square. 23 square is nothing but W. So the 25 squared, just above this we have 25 squared, which is Ya. Yalabad. Ya. Ya, and below Ya there is W, and this W encloses 8 cube. Right? So this is a kind of Krishna avatar. Even he is under the influence of Ya. That is Yalabad. And let us take 9 cube. 9 cube is Buddha Avatara. Buddha Avatara is like a sun. Buddha, 9 cube is Buddha. 27 squared is kind of the nature. Nature in the sense, here the Purusha and the Prakriti, 27 squared is the nature, Prakriti, 9 cube is Purusha or Buddha Avatara, you can say. So these are equal here. So even Buddha has equaled her, right? And now when we go to 10 cube, it is 32. 32 squared, 10 cube is less than 32 squared, and 11 cube is less than 37 squared. What I am interested in, the subject for today's discussion is 42. So if you observe 12 cube is less than 42 squared. Let us see what is 12 cube. 12 cube is 1728. And let us see what is the root of 1728. 1728's root is 41.569, meaning 12 cube is included in 42 square. Meaning this is the Orion Nebula, the Orion star material, and within this the greatest, the highest kind of energy provider is 12 cube. 12 cube is like Sophia. And so this is a good mother. So basically she fell down from heaven and gave birth to this guy 6 cube, and 12 cube, though she gave birth to him, this is being the limit of Orion constellation. The highest male aspect is 12 cube. That is, male form of Sophia is the highest. She is often associated with owl, the bird owl. Owl is supposed to be Sophia, wisdom, symbol of wisdom. So, and there are some esoteric circles where this owl is worshipped at the highest, as the highest form of energy, or highest form of wisdom, in fact. So this 12 cube rules over all the others in the Orion constellation. So just above this we have 47 square, which can house 13 cube, and above that 53 square, which can house 14 cube. Above that 59 squared, which can house 15 cube, and above that 64 square, which can house 16 cube. Okay, so 64 square is nothing but the sun, the super sun. So what matters to me is this is my level, in the sense 42, the Orion nebula. Orion nebula is I'M42, and the highest kind of provider, energy provider, is 12 cube, so Sophia. So kind of something like Sophia, what do you call, in the Gnostic mythology, Sophia makes Sabaoth. Sabaoth, the actually the commander of God's forces. Though 6 cube is her son, 6 cube is her son, she makes Sabaoth, this guy, as the commander of the, what do you call, the lower world, not Yaldabaoth. Though Yaldabaoth created everything, he is the creator of the material world. Sophia appoints this 12 cube as the commander of the abyss. So Yeah, you see, if you observe any chapels, any religious places, above all, there will be the light sky blue color uh, is painted on the top of all churches and cathedrals. That is nothing but that signifies Sophia and basically 12 cube. This is the male form of Sophia and the form of Sabaoth who rules the world till here, in the sense below the Orion belt, whatever we have, the abyss, the material world, this is the highest kind of authority. 12 cube is highest. The Sabaoth, who is the commander of Sophias. He is basically representative of Sophia. 12 cube is representative of Sophia. And let us see how it proceeds now. It is very clear from here, you can very easily observe that the next guy after 42, the next guy will be 47 squared, who are under whose rule 13 cube will rule the 47th trampoline, 47th real, or next proceeding further, 53 will rule. The trampoline's width will be 52. 52 will be ruled by 14 cube. 59 will be ruled by 15 square. 15 cube, and 64 square, the ultimate one, will be ruled by 16 cube. So 16 cube is like what the sun here. Sun is for this physical realm in which we are living. 16 cube will be the head of this 16 cube here will be the head of this whole realm up to 64 square. So that's the significance of 42.